A Song for Silas by Lori Wick. Chapter 28. Silas would have given much to go to the train station alone, but that would have left a horse in town for Amy to pick up, and he didn't want that. Arriving at the station, Silas assured Amy she need not have stayed, but she insisted. Now they stood on the station platform in painful silence, Silas towering over her, each one with so much and yet nothing to say. The train rumbled in the distance, and Silas knew he had to tell Amy of his plans to return. "Amy, I need to tell you something." Amy stiffened, mistaking his intention, and would not raise her eyes to his. "Amy, please look at me." She did slowly, afraid of what she would see, but to her surprise, Silas, the big brother, stared down at her. "I'm coming back in the fall to help with the harvest. I think your dad will be up and around, but I want to give him a hand." Amy was obviously surprised. "You're always so thoughtful, Silas. Thank you very much." The train was coming into the station, and Silas raised his voice slightly to be heard. "Well, thank you for everything. I'll see you in the fall." Giving her a quick hug, he was saddened at how stiff she was in his arms. He broke the hug, but couldn't bring himself to stop touching her. His hands lightly held her shoulders, and he looked down at her tenderly. "I'm still your friend, Amy." Silas couldn't hold back the words. "And should you ever need me, I'll come." Amy could only stare at him, and Silas felt her relax beneath his hands. Moving slowly and giving her plenty of time to move away, Silas bent his head and brushed her lips with his own. When he broke the kiss, he was still so close Amy could feel his breath on her cheek. "Goodbye, sweetheart." His voice was a strained, husky whisper. Amy stood on the platform and watched until the train was out of sight. Relieved that Silas was gone, she was also glad he was returning. When he came back, she was sure their old relationship was going to be restored, and even now she looked forward to the time. He was hurt now, but they would be friends again. Of this, Amy was determined. Of course, he might meet a nice girl this summer and get married before he returned. Amy refused to ask herself why this idea was not really very appealing.